and gentlemen, my name is Kenos. I'm here tonight, and I have a question for my co-caster, Jeff. Jeff, when's the LCUS starting again? Jeff?
What?
When is the LCUS starting again?
I'd say when the Angels win the pennant.
Well, I guess they just won the pennant because it's starting right now.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Split 6 of the LCUS. Blitzkrieg versus Option 12. 9 Lives versus Northern Storm. Phoenix versus White Wolf. Once again, my name is Kenos, and I am here with Jeff. Jeff, are you excited?
I'm so excited. I mean, we've been waiting for a while. Not to extend the meme, but we've been waiting for a while for Split 6 here. And we've got this awesome first match to kick things off as well.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there are so many stories just in this first set of games that we've got going on here. We've got J-Dog, all the questions around him being top lane, has definitely cemented himself. We'll see if he keeps it going. Sig in jungle. Will he actually ever get Nocturne again? Greg in the mid lane versus Ace. Absolutely insane matchup. Prowler
the
in the
oldest
jungle.
rivalry.
And, you know, is Ace going to ever get to pick anything, or is everyone going to just ban him out? Bot lane, we got Pointy Ball, Queen Lizabear, CB Hickey, Sugo. I don't even know where to start with this. You pick somebody.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this is, I don't know, I hope that this doesn't come across as personal bias for those of our viewers who might know my personal relationships, but for me, Gregorsaurus Rex's pursuit of a title is starting to become one of the most interesting storylines in the LCUS. Just given that he's such a long-time player, he's a platinum level player. He's a good player, obviously. He's been involved with the LCUS for a long time, made, I believe, 3 finals, and never gotten the right result at that level. So at this point, you almost start to think of him as like a Dirk Nowitzki type guy who's just like, will this guy ever get one? And I think it's going to be really exciting to watch that journey this split.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. There's a lot of players who are hungry to get into those finals, get a picture of that skin on the wall. We have both teams saying they are ready, so we will see if Greg can get to that point, if Ace will end up in another finals.
Yeah, once again, I mean, for me, Ace is sort of the final boss when it comes to mid laners, at least. This guy seems to make it to every final, every split. So yeah, it's awesome seeing this mid lane matchup right off the bat.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, we've got a very interesting jungle matchup as well. Sig definitely has something to prove. Prowler, we'll see how aggressive he wants to be if they start off right away with that sort of power matchup. And I would love to see how they decide to focus on that top lane as well. Maybe put some pressure on J-Dog early. And I'd also love to see the match actually start. Because we have people saying...
I think just to go back to the jungle matchup you were talking about, it is maybe one of the most polar opposite jungle matchups I can think of in the LCUS, in that, you know, Prowler, he's a 2-time champion. Sig, I believe, has never won a championship. But also Prowler, he plays carries. He plays carries in the jungle. Help, you know, Master Yi, which was just banned, obviously. Karthus, he just wants to be the damage guy, the one killing everybody from the jungle. Whereas Sig is almost the opposite. He's willing to do whatever he can. He generally plays like these utility champions, great on communications and things. So these two guys, they have almost complete opposite styles, but I think they're both very good junglers.
And we have targeted bans against Ace right off the bat, shutting down that mid lane.
Will they ban the Anivia?
Well, I'm wondering if the Morgana's going to get banned. There's that wonderful meme running around about how you pick or ban Morgana in every match. And though she did lose during our scrims once, she had a pretty good record. Alright, so
they will leave the Anivia up. Yeah, I mean, Morgana is also... Yeah, there it is. Because Morgana is also a valuable flex pick for option 12. Mm-hmm. They can take that to multiple positions there. I would imagine Blitzkrieg can as well. I'm not as familiar with CB Hickey's champion pool. But don't mean to throw shade at anybody, but Morgana isn't the most difficult champion in the game.
I'm not expecting that'll be an ace pick. I haven't been lurking on anybody's things, but I haven't seen him play her ever. He generally goes with more of the late game playmaking mid laners.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But we do have
the Lux is a flex pick as well, though, for option 12. That is probably Queen Elizabeth's best champion, and I know Gregosaurus would be more than capable on it.
We do have Sig's Nocturne available as well. They haven't banned that out yet. Was banned quite often in the LCUS when Sig was on the ticket.
Really interested in this Jhin pick here. I think that if it is a Lux bot, Ashen Lux will have priority. We do see the Anivia come through.
That's a powerful statement from Ace right away. Typically, he lets himself be in the last picks.
Well, there was a little bit of banter going on between some members of these teams earlier this weekend about if Ace's Anivia is actually still a threat, because it always gets banned. We never really get to see it, so we're about to find out. And Gregosaurus with the Ahri, that's a very comfortable pick for him, one that I know he's been playing for a long time, even though he only recently switched as his main role to mid lane. It's a pick that he's very comfortable with. And there's the Nocturne ban.
Yeah. So I'm expecting the last ban maybe a top lane at this point.
On the side of option 12?
For option 12, yeah. Would be my expectation here. There was talk about Garen jungle, so I'm not surprised that gets banned.
I would expect a top ban as well here.
Oh,
no?
20. All right, fair enough.
Okay, so they're targeting Sig on these last two, on this last rotation. For Blitzkrieg, I would expect another top ban for them as well, actually, because I'm not too sure about Sigtao Eternal's top lane champion pool when it comes to tanks. Yeah, I think that the question with option 12 that I had going into the season, which is why I had them ranked lower than a lot of people, is I was wondering who tanks on this team. Because I didn't think of Sigtao Eternal, I thought of him as more of a carry player, and I know Prowler's a carry player. So I wasn't sure who's going to tank, whoever takes this Malphite. I think it's probably going to be Prowler.
You think it's going to be a Malphite jungle?
I believe so. I think I saw Prowler playing this maybe a week or two ago. So I think that it's something he's been playing. I suppose you could take a top, but I've personally seen him play at jungle recently, so.
Alright, so there's that Mordekaiser J-Dog has played in the past.
Yeah, that's a pick that he likes, that he's comfortable on. That's good for Blitzkrieg. And it's interesting to me, yeah, option 12, I think they might be actually flexing this Malphite pick, because they might be trying to leave the counter pick for top lane, the red side advantage.
A support Malphite would be interesting. I'm not sure if I'd put that on Queen Elizabeth.
I doubt it's a support Malphite. I think we're between jungle and top. Oh, please CB Hickey pick something? Okay. I don't know if I was the only one lagging there, but I really didn't want to have us dodge.
Alright, so Sig on Kayn. I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, I know Elizabeth does play Volibear.
Well, she's got to. It's on brand.
Oh, and oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, we had a dodge even though everyone picked on time.
Hickey's client crashed.
Okay, so it was a...
Thanks, Riot.
4 ban penalty.
So, we know the teams, at least.
Yeah, they do have to... Well, is Blitzkrieg held to that same draft if Hickey crashed before he picked?
It looks like there was a...
Yeah, they wanted to pick Warwick there with that last pick, but they were unable to because, yeah, it looked like Hickey was having trouble locking that in at the end.
I like the Warwick then. Warwick is much more what I would think is Sig's style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so hopefully we can get Hickey back in here. Let's see, are there any other storylines that we should talk about while we're waiting for this remake here?
We actually have questions in chat about
go on.
the LCUS. We have Eden Vibe asking, how does one get into these games? Is there a rank limit? I'm glad you asked, Eden. The way this works is you're not able to get in right now, at least not as a core player on one of the teams. You could check out our website or message people on here. Because the way it works, the LCUS is a more amateur tournament thing. There is not necessarily a rank limit, but if you're D1, you would be paired up with players who are of the lower ranks to make the teams balanced. So there's definitely other ways to get that information. Our website is GMA Gaming. You can reach out to communicate there. We might be able to get you in on the subs list. You don't necessarily be off roll. We have some diamond players who are actually on their rolls. You wouldn't necessarily, yeah, like I said, you wouldn't necessarily be off roll. If you want to play off roll, that's fine. But what would probably happen is that you would be then on a team with like some silvers and bronzes, just to balance it out. Because like we have J Dog on Blitzkrieg, he's played jungle and he's diamond 3. He's currently playing top because he wants to experiment with that, but he's gotten jungle as diamond 3 and has played in the LCUS before. So it's that kind of situation. But yeah, happy to have you. If not in this split, then definitely when we start up the next one. This season is going to go through October 30th, I think, or November 1st, whichever one of those is the Sunday, closest to a Sunday.
I believe it is November 1st, because Halloween
1st.
is a Saturday this year, which is going to be kind of a shit show, maybe.
Oh, you're coming through from our YouTube channel. Excellent.
Hey.
Glad to hear, man. There's a lot of games on there. Hopefully you checked out some good ones. Looks like we're just about getting ready to get back into this here. But yeah, like I said, I mean, there's always possibilities for subs. We have subs playing today. I forget which series the sub's on.
White Wolf, I believe.
White Wolf, yeah. So the third game has a sub, so there's always possibility people need to get subbed in. Obviously, because of your skill level, it'd probably be rarer for you because we don't have that many diamonds on here for the sake of balance. In terms of who would sub for when. As you guys can probably hear from the music, they're going back to the champ select, but this is all just formalities because we already know who the teams are. When they have crashes like this, everyone of course picks the same teams again. So yeah, looking at the team that we do have, the team setup that we do have, the Volibear may be a different pick because of the intended Warwick pick. Do you think we're going to see the Volibear again?
I honestly do, because I think that it's a champion that 3 players I would bet on option 12 can play. So just based on how they were setting up all their flexes and everything, it wouldn't surprise me at all if it was going to be a Volibear no matter what. Well, not no matter what, but as long as it wasn't going to be an absolute nightmare matchup. So I wouldn't be surprised if we still see that, but obviously option 12 has the right to change it up since they will be responding to a different Blitzkrieg pick.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, because that's the one question we have. I do like how there was slightly more of a turn on durability at the end, because anyone who has watched the LCUS knows I'm a big fan of durability. So the fact that both teams went with their squishies and then went into a little more meat, I like that a lot. Interested to see the Mordekaiser from J-Dog, how that plays out. We had the great game with him against Nasus, and then I think there was another game in the scrims that didn't go so well. So seeing if the Mordekaiser was just a hard counter.
Yep. Okay, so we do have the Volibear coming through anyways. Yeah, so looks like it will be jungle Malphite. Yeah, top lane Volibear. Okay, so this bot lane is going to be interesting to watch, because they've allowed Queen Elizabeth to have, in my opinion, her absolute best champion. Obviously, Morgana theoretically should do fine against Lux, but I think Ashe is just so good with her volley, even with the recent nerfs. I think that option 12 will have good priority in this bot lane early on. That being said, Malphite doesn't do much pre-6, so I don't think that Blitzkrieg really has to worry about like tower dives at level 3, like you might have to in certain other situations.
Right. We have Eden saying he likes the Anivia. Yes, you must have been watching LCUS games on YouTube. Ace is either playing Anivia or gets it banned on him in almost all of those games.
And I mean, no disrespect to Ace, but it also just seems like Anivia just is a permaban across the entire league.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Going
I
back
mean,
to,
there's a reason. But, she's been a staple of the LCUS regardless of her power level in professionals.
But I know that, I mean, Gregosaurus, he is very comfortable on Ari, and Ari does strike me as a logical pick into Anivia, just given that you can just dash through that wall anytime you want. The wall isn't very consequential. You can dodge the stun.
But conversely, we have a very immobile set in bot lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
on both sides, yeah.
Yeah, so neither of those are going to be doing a lot of crazy dashes. Could give Sig on that Warwick a lot to play around with.
And we also have, I mean, both junglers are not really that threatening until pre-6. Mm-hmm. So honestly, I don't know. We got 2 minutes on spectator delay, but if anybody wants to make some popcorn, you probably got about 5 minutes, and you won't miss anything.
We've got predictions in the chat coming in here. Asian Token Master says that option 12 will go 2-0, but if Blitzkrieg wins game 1, it'll be 1-1. So preference toward option 12 here.
Yeah, it is interesting. On the Let's Talk About the League podcast, which airs at 7 p.m. every Wednesday on the GMA Gaming channel.
What time zone?
Central, indeed.
There you go,
Central.
7 p.m. Central.
Every Wednesday. But on that podcast, we had 2 guests this week, which is a little fancy. So 4 people in total, and I was the only one who picked Blitzkrieg in this series. So,
well, let's
definitely option 12 is being seen as a very strong team coming into this by the majority of people, and it'll be exciting to see how it pans out.
Well, let's be negative for 30 seconds here. There's a big question mark over a lot of Blitzkrieg. Sig is self-admittedly not the best jungler on Earth. People still have questions about J-Dog, especially on Mordekaiser. And Prowler is great in the jungle. We've seen how great Pointy Ball can be down in that bot lane. So, we'll see what happens with these team lineups. But we do have our predictions out there. And, I've got faith that there is definitely a possibility. I mean, Ace and Sugo have definitely gotten things done for their teams when the going gets tough. So we'll see if those are actually detriments. And, maybe J-Dog pulls it out.
Yeah, from what I've seen from Shugo Tenchi, he's a very strong player. I watched him not play AD carry, though. But generally, I think, no offense to anyone when I say this, but generally, I think at, silver to plat ELO, if you're good at the game, you're just good at the game. If you can carry in mid, you can figure out how to carry in other positions. And yeah, I just think when I look at Ace and Sig, they're both very strong communicators, very strong at understanding the meta, understanding objectives, and I just feel like even if there are a lot of wild cards on this team, they're just gonna wrangle these guys together and make them know how to play. Skin battle, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking 12. I don't like SKT Jin, and I mean I like the other skins too, but I kind of like how Ari and Lux kind of line up. That was my take on it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with option 12 as well. They just had a little bit more glamour in their skins. Props to both teams for at least everyone having a skin, though, if I wasn't mistaken.
Yes. Yeah, that was a comment I was going to make. And we've had a lot of faster load times lately, though, so not a lot of time.
Yeah, everybody's been upgrading their hardware, apparently.
Comment on those. We have a prediction of 1-1 from Arcane Soda. Goon Stomp 2-0 for Blitzkrieg. Because of
Goon Stomp in the chat.
Sig's smites will decide the game.
Oh.
Ooh, I didn't know that Ari's. I haven't seen that Ari skin before. She turns into a fox when she's dashing. That's cute.
Oh man, I would. That'd be bad for me because I would end up just running Ghost just for fun because of that.
1-1 from Chaosix. Eden Vive predicting skill matchup in the bot lane.
We can see right now that option 12, they came out of the gate just spam pinging every entrance to their jungle. So they just didn't want there to be any shenanigans at level 1. They just wanted everyone to take up regular defensive positions.
We're gonna just watch Ari dance for a minute here while I make a note of who won the skin battle. Because, you know, skins get wins, and that's what's important.
Krieg was able to get one ward that should spot Prowler eventually. Unless he does a full bot side clear, which I don't think would be great for a Malphite.
Looks like Ace is trying to start the mid lane very aggressive, but getting hit by minions. So loses quite a lot of his health already. I would also like to give a shout out to all of the players in our first game who actually were in their proper positions, so I didn't have to rearrange the score screen.
Even after the remake,
right.
They made it work.
It's nice of them to go the extra mile for us poor casters. Ooh, prison right away on that Jhin. Hickey misses the binding. So
actually, if they flash, yeah, Hickey's got a flash. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm surprised there was no flash there. Minions dealing a lot of damage to Pointy Ball, though.
That was just disrespectful.
Well, you know, Ignite will get you sometimes.
It's interesting. Pointy Ball actually healed there. Not sure if he had to, but Shugo Tenchi also healed, and it was too late. So both AD carries kind of trading ineffective heals there.
Mm. Well, you know, you got to be careful around Jhin spiking damage, as Eden says in chat. Jhin can 1v9 if it comes down to it.
Burgosaurus just landed a good charm in the mid lane, got a super low.
Ooh.
I thought he might use the Ignite there to get the egg off, because I do think that's an advantageous cooldown trade, but decided to hold it for now.
We do have Sig waiting in the wings. Ace might be trying to bait Gregus into it.
Yeah, that was kind of clever how he... Oh, but now
Sig
they've miscoordinated.
Yeah, Sig turns around at the wrong moment. But there won't be a kill on it. At least Ace will come back in that respect. And now Prowler is going to try to get something.
Oh, another charm, and Sig Tower might be in trouble.
Charm.
Good stun.
Yeah, that was
Good stun from Ace.
Great heads-up stun by Ace there.
But yeah, it was a cheeky little move by Ace because he moved up and warded a brush that his jungler was in. So it's, you know, if you're the opponent there, you're thinking, well, there's no way their jungler is in that bush, because why would they just ward it? But Gregosaurus just landed the charm and got him anyways.
Yeah, it's a shame that for Blitz that Greg did not try to chase him at any point there. Just waited for him to come back, landing lots of charms. So good job with those skill shots. Here comes Prowler. J-Dog once again does not have a ward in a good position. It's good slow. He should survive this though. Yeah, J-Dog's kind of got a weak ward game when he's up in the top lane, and we'll see how often people take advantage of that.
That was just irresponsible, to be honest. Like, you push up that far, he's got his warding totem, or his trinket available. He just wasn't willing to take the time to go put it down.
It could be part of his jungling roots, you know. If you're used to playing in one lane or one area, you're not necessarily thinking about stuff that other people in those positions do.
Sure.
I don't know. I might just be making excuses.
In any case, he did at least get away with his life. Had to burn the flash to get away, and then the teleport to get back and not fall too far behind. But he does have a decent CS lead up in the top lane. So.
Yeah, with that much of a CS lead, I might not have teleported. But since we're not expecting ganks for another couple of minutes, maybe he's just, you know, figures he'll get it back by then.
Yeah, we'll see what he does with this wave right now. He has the ability to just freeze this wave and potentially starve out Sigtao. I guess I should call him Eternal since we have multiple Sigtaos. To starve out Eternal here, because if you can set up a freeze really perfectly in the top lane, you end up getting like a 2-level advantage, huge CS advantage. Even without kills, you end up dominating the matchup.
Speaking of advantage, Ash is coming back to lane with that BF sword. Jin has not gone back yet. He's sitting on 1100 gold, almost 12. So we will see if, because I mean, yeah, Ash is just going to go straight into it.
Yep.
I do like that black
he
shield.
just barely misses. They do land the... Oh, you better flash now, Hickey. Oh, he did flash this time. Okay.
He did. That saved flash came in handy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hopefully, Jin is able to pick up something that makes up for this item difference.
This means option 12 should get a free Drake here. Yeah, they have mid lane priority, they have bot lane priority.
Not a lot of wards from DK early on here.
But you see this freeze, what J-Dog is doing up in this top lane. That CS advantage was 27 to 18. It is now 41 to 19. Sigtao Eternal just can't get anything as long as this wave is sitting here. Prowler's going to have to go up and apply some pressure. Otherwise, this is going to get really, really bad.
Well, on the other hand, we also know that a level 6 Malphite can win games for his team regardless of what the scoreboard says.
It is true. Although, actually, that's something that I am unfamiliar with in terms of interactions. I know Malphite's ultimate is literally called Unstoppable Force.
Uh-huh.
How does it interact with Mordekaiser ult, which literally takes you to a different world?
How do you mean? Like, does it stop the ult, or?
Yeah, like if you're ulting, let's say, Mordekaiser's backline, and he ults you to the Death Realm.
Well, my guess would
What
be
happens?
my guess would be that your ult completes in the Death Realm and doesn't hit anyone.
Yeah, that would be my guess as well, but it just defies the term unstoppable.
Not really. You're not being stopped. You're just being sent to another plane of existence.
Hmm.
I mean that's I don't think it's clashes really in my book, but we'll see what happens. It's an APM question as well, right? Because I mean, unless you have the reflexes of a StarCraft player, you're not going to be able to see him doing the ult and trigger your own quickly enough.
Could be trouble. Oh. Now Queen Elizabeth is going to be level 6 soon. She's got a sizable mana pool on her. Blitzkrieg's bot lane is in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah, they're getting pushed really hard. It's nice that they're kind of keeping that CS lead, but they're definitely feeling the 1 kill difference.
Yeah, Shugo Kenshi, if he gets hit by anything right now... Oh, that's a good bind under the tower, though.
Ooh, speaking of getting hit by things, Ace in trouble. Manages to flash under tower.
Yeah, Prowler's on the other side. Sigtao Ward... Oh, he did see him, then he did see him, then he didn't see him.
Egg is available. Keep that in mind.
Critically, Ace has that cooldown back up, but had to flash there.
Pointy ball with no mana in the bot lane, so that helps. Sugo really is taking some risks down here. Like you said, once Lux is 6, which just now hit, there's going to be a lot of pain named Jin down this lane.
Does have flash and heal available, so theoretically he has a get out of jail free card, but if you don't get away from that arrow or that light binding efficiently, with those cooldowns, if you get hit by one of them, you're dead. It doesn't matter because you won't have time to flash afterward.
Yeah, we're going to sit in this lane for a moment here. Okay, Jin is going back. And Ash does not have the mana to arrow that. So he should get away. I want to see more wards from Blitzkrieg. This is really bothering me.
Oh, Ace might get a kill here. Oh, Sigtao Ward just barely doesn't hit it. But they do land the follow-up Fear, and after all the work that Gregosaurus did in that mid lane, burning the egg, burning the flash, he ends up getting taken down.
Yeah, that charging Fear is probably one of my favorite things when they updated Warwick. I think it's
it gives him a secondary level of crowd control in case his ult doesn't miss, which just makes him a much more interactive, fun champion to play, in my opinion.
And it's also a mind games thing too, right? Because you can enter an area and prep yourself to use it. See J-Dog doing a severe amount of damage to Eternal with his Mordekaiser abilities. So Mordekaiser just dominating lane is looking like a likely scenario. 1,000 gold advantage.
Yeah, I mean, this all comes back to that freeze that he was able to set up about 4 or 5 minutes ago. You see the CS lead is just ridiculous at this point, and even though it seems like Option 12 has had the upper hand for most of this game, they're down gold. Although CB Hickey is about to die for the second time here. Yep, just got caught out trying to clear a ward. A little greedy there.
He heard me asking them to do more with wards and died for it.
Not even, let's see, Pointy Ball did shoot off the arrow, but other than that, no critical cooldowns burned there. And Shugo Tenshi's done a decent job staying relatively close in CS in this bot lane, despite how it seems like Option 12 has been so dominant.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on the back foot the whole time, but he's been able to use Jin's kit to get himself into a good position. This may be the second dragon for Option 12, but there are members of Blitzkrieg in the area, though.
Yeah, I think we're just going to see both teams splitting the map vertically here, because I think Option 12, they're going to get this Drake, but Sigtao Lord, he just got Rift Herald, he's coming top, they're probably going to dive top, look to kill Sigtao Eternal, and get this turret. Sigtao Eternal has no mana, they really should be diving him, I'm not sure why they're not, but
I think they just want
they
to
will get the
this
turret anyways.
Yeah, they're so focused on this turret. And we
Shelly does just barely die, but they will get the full turret, all the plates and everything. Nice stun from Ace in the mid lane. And Gregosaurus, he will charm him up, doesn't quite get him back under the turret though.
Yeah, also does still have that egg available. Doesn't seem like Gregosaurus is doing too much damage though. Ace was winged by that Q and did not take that much damage at all, so Ahri not quite online yet.
Ahri is one of those champions where you really need to hit everything to really make it work, because the charm adds 20% damage from all other abilities, so if you don't land the charm, your overall damage comes across as lacking.
Hickey has been missing a lot of bindings in the bot lane. Not in Asher.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, I mean, you see the swing, how both teams opted into that vertical trade earlier. Got 2 Drake stacks on the side of Option 12. Meanwhile, you have a 2,000 gold lead for Blitzkrieg because they just invested so much in getting that first turret and every single plate on it.
And Sugo did manage to pick up a kill on that dragon as well because of Malphite being a relatively stationary target.
Oh, I actually missed that. Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, we were commenting about the back and forth, so it was just something that kind of happened. Prowler died. It happens. Prowler gonna get some revenge here, though.
Oh, the black shield is late. Could be in trouble now. Okay, it will save her from the laser.
Interesting.
Ball with an interesting flash, but Prowler goes in. He gets one. He will get bound under the turret, though, and Shugo Tenshi should be able to trade back a kill. One more. No! Prowler able to walk away. Here comes J-Dog, though. He's on the chase, and Oh, nice little Q flash there to pick it up.
That was a mid-animation flash. That was awesome.
So still a 2-for-1 in favor of Option 12, though, and now Gregosaurus might be in trouble, though. Spirit Dash just came up, but the suppression will still end. He'll be CC locked, and he will go down for the second time. Sigtao Lord, another well-timed gank there. Gregosaurus' flash just barely wasn't available, and the Spirit Rush wasn't good enough to get away.
We have comments about, it looks like Hickey might be rushing Zanya's. Interesting for a support to do. But
indeed. Especially when you're so far behind. I mean, even if you get this Zanya's, are you really going to be in a position where you're going to try to flash ult and all in when you're this far behind?
Maybe they will. Who's to say? I mean, you know.
Maybe reverse psychology. They'll never expect it, so it'll be even more deadly.
I am very impressed by how Sig's been working in this mid lane, though. Good engages on Gregosaurus. Would like to see Prowler get a little more involved. I mean, obviously he's 1, 2, and 1, so he has been places, but I think they should really start hammering on this bot lane more.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, especially with Ahri having a definitive mobility advantage over Anivia, I'm surprised that we haven't seen, you know, at least 2 4-person dives down here yet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's risks involved in the diving, and as we've said, Blitzkrieg has been behind in this bot lane. Their backspin against every time I come down here with the screen, they're against the turret. So it's not like there's been great opportunities for jungle ganks, but you really expect to be seeing more ults out of this Mordekaiser than what you have been.
I mean, it's not that surprising to me just because Ashe Lux is just an impressive lane combination.
Oh,
it really is.
big play here.
Oh, here we go.
Unfortunately, the teleport
Oh,
is
the bind
spotted.
a little mistimed. Oh, and Ace flashes over the arrow and they destroy Pointy Ball.
Oh, Prowler right into Hickey. Hickey does actually use that stopwatch, which is overpowered. Ace taking a lot of damage.
All
but
over the map.
Why would you fight in an Ace prison there?
Oh, that's a big root onto Gregorsaurus. He has to flash over the wall.
No one has
He should be
flashed to
fine.
follow, so...
Yeah, Sigtao Eternal is actually brawling with J-Dog a little bit up here and was able to fend him off that turret. But overall, a fight win across the map for Blitzkrieg.
Very interesting sequence in that fight to watch, where instead of pushing their advantage in the bot lane, they kind of wander in the jungle a little bit and now go for the dragon instead. I feel like they might have been able to get some good damage on that turret before the dragon showed up, but they get the dragon, and that's what's important.
Yeah, I think it's important that they just stop the Drake stacking of option 12, because you don't want to let the other team get to 3 that quickly. It just puts so much pressure on you being under soul point. I think that was overall a good solid play from the side of Blitzkrieg. Just, I mean, obviously they're behind in bot lane, but they're ahead other places, so they took that power, transferred it to bot lane, and were able to get something out of it.
It also shows how well comboed a number of Blitzkrieg's skills can be. With Sig's abilities to lock down champions in Anivia's ults, you can do a lot of damage incredibly quickly.
And it guarantees any skill shot stuns as well.
Right.
So the Dark Binding, the Deadly Flourish from Jhin, Ace's stun, even J-Dog's pull, everything, you know, if the target is literally suppressed.
Yeah, J-Dog's AoE as well, too. I mean, it's just...
Exactly.
It all works very well together, and I'm wondering how much of that was just intentional, or if it actually just works out that way.
And you have, yeah, second Rift Herald being picked up here basically for free for the side of Blitzkrieg, so I would imagine they'll probably try to take that mid. I still think they're too far behind bot to really try to flex and play bot, but that mid lane turret is relatively low, so you can break that. Yeah, Prowler down bot again. Laser from Elizabeth just barely doesn't hit, and CB Hickey gets away from the arrow as well, but Prowler says, alright, 2 ults missed, I'll hit the 3rd, and they take down Hickey for the 5th time in this game.
And Sugo just runs away. Don't want any of that.
Yeah, are they going to take this Herald top even?
Looks like it.
Mid lane inner even? I mean, I guess this is good by option 12. They're already channeling their recalls, because otherwise this could have snowballed into a push even on the inhibitor turret. I think they will, yeah, they'll get the inner, but now they will be forced to back away. Although actually, maybe not. J-Dog going too far forward. They don't realize that Pointy Ball and Elizabeth are already there. J-Dog is going to go down here. The rest of Blitzkrieg should just get out, yep. So an overstep there from Blitzkrieg, and it was really good at immediate recall timings from option 12 as soon as they got that bot lane turret so that the bot lane could be there on time.
Yeah, definitely was a good back out. We did also see Sig use his ult to jump out of the fight, so the offensive options were limited.
Yeah, overall, the last couple minutes of the game have gone pretty well for option 12 because, oh boy, Hickey again, he continues to not be ready with these black shields. Has to flash there.
Also demonstrating the very short cooldowns on these ults, where Ashe and Lux both missed their ults in the bot lane, but just get them right back for that mid lane.
Yeah, option 12, I was saying even before that last turret take, the last couple minutes have gone very well for them because I think that second Rift Herald could have been used more efficiently, but option 12 did play it well as well with their defense in that top side.
So we got a actually 2,600 gold difference between the bot lane, but everyone else on Blitzkrieg is doing much better than option 12 in the other lanes. So that makes up the difference and gives them the very slight edge they have currently.
I'll be interested to see who J-Dog focuses in team fights with his ultimate. Because logically, I do think that he could still kill Pointy Ball at this point, just because 80 carry 2020. Oh, Gregosaurus dashing in. This seems a little aggressive. He gets onto 6 Tower Lord. There is the Black Shield. Meanwhile, J-Dog is going after Pointy Ball in the bot lane, but he's being kited. Pointy Ball is almost out of mana, but J-Dog just has nothing else to get near him. Pointy Ball's going to flash after him and gets him down. J-Dog, that seemed like an interesting half-hearted 1v1 because he didn't use the ultimate. Just sort of ran at him and then got kited and died.
It's a story of being a melee character against someone with slows. It's painful. You hate to see it. It's something Prowler will learn if he ever tries to chase Ace without ult.
Was definitely well played by Pointy Ball there, though. Did burn both summoners.
Yeah, Flash is always good to get that extra little bit of distance.
We have Drake coming up in about 10 seconds.
Gonna have a huge
J-Dog.
jungle fight here.
Yeah, this is going to be big. Prowler jumps in right onto 6 Tower Lord. There is the Black Shield. That'll keep him alive more momentarily, but CB Hickey just gets annihilated. Prowler, he's going to get dragged into the death realm by J-Dog, who will kill him immediately. 6 Tower Lord has to run away. Pointy Ball fighting J-Dog again. He doesn't have the cooldowns this time, and he will drop. Gregosaurus doesn't quite have the damage to finish J-Dog yet. Hourglass really helping him there, Kenos' favorite item. And Gregosaurus is forced to flash over the wall back into the Dragon Pit.
Hey, I have no problem with Hourglass. It's Stopwatch that's overpowered.
But, okay. the more legitimate cousin of Stopwatch.
Exactly. Hourglass is a nice and expensive item that helps save lives. But everyone's very weak here. I don't know. Good ice wall.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Gregosaurus, he doesn't have an ability to get over that wall. Deadly Flourish doesn't quite land. Might have been a kill otherwise, but still might have been risky to go for. But overall, I'm sure Blitzkrieg is very happy with how that fight went.
I did notice a bit of miscommunication there. While Jin was ulting during that red buff fight, the best target for him to shoot at was Prowler's Mordekaiser, or Malphite, but then Mordekaiser put him in the Shadow Realm. So maybe a little bit of communication there, but obviously, you know, in the spur of the moment, who knows?
Yeah, it's I mean, this is week 1, so I would imagine maybe these teams still familiarizing themselves with each other, if not even just with getting back to, you know, full competitive League of Legends, because it has been a while. But overall, Blitzkrieg, I mean, we saw Hickey go down, but other than that, that fight was pretty much one-sided. And there's an arrow onto Sigtow. Oh, great ultimate from Prowler. They get the egg right away, and Ace will not even be able to get back up from it. Curtain call from far away, but Shugo Tenchi just isn't strong enough to have that even matter. J-Dog in the backline, he does take down Pointy Ball, but that's all that they will get. Killing the Ashe still matters there, though, because I don't think that they can Baron without the Ashe.
That was just a collection of ultimates that all just were deposited on Sig's face. And there were a couple other victims in the area as well because of the long-reaching powers of these champions.
Yeah, I'm really appreciating the willingness that Option 12 has to just hit the go button, because they have the ability to start fights whenever they want with this Ashe Malphite, and they're not shying away from it. They're about to grab their first substantial gold lead of the game, almost 1,000 now. We are 2-2 on Drakes now, though, so we're actually almost reversed from where we saw about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Option 12 does with this momentum. Because like you said, the Ashe is very scary compared to the Jhin. We haven't seen... There's been a lot of ambush fights. We haven't had a straight, like, a 5-on-5, everyone knows that they're about to fight here situation. Everyone's been getting ambushed or turning corners or stuff. So.
Agreed. So, yeah, we'll see what happens if teams actually have a chance to draw the battle line, be in the trenches ready to fight.
And Sugo hasn't actually really been involved in most of these fights. He's always been doing the curtain calls.
Mm-hmm.
From, like, the start of the fight does the curtain call, which isn't a problem necessarily, but then, he kind of enters when the fight's halfway done. So maybe seeing a fight where Jin's able to get involved early and then maybe do a curtain call on the back line or something. Lot of what ifs.
I just say, for me personally, and I'm not the best Jin player ever. Actually, J-Dog's about to get caught here. This is a big deal. He will Death Realm Prowler, which is probably the right play here. He was gonna die no matter what. Maybe he can at least chunk Prowler out, but yeah, now he's in trouble. Charm does miss, but great arrow from across the map from Pointy Ball. Meanwhile, on the other side, Sigtao Eternal's getting picked on. He will jump in onto Ace. There is no egg for the bird, so he may go down. Nice job by Sigtao Eternal to turn that all around. Sigtao Lord on the chase. Can he run him down? They're doing Baron, so it doesn't really matter. They know that the jungler is nowhere nearby, and I don't even know. Okay, the Warwick will get him. Here's Curtain Call. Will that delay it enough? Sigtao Lord is not even moving up towards the Baron yet, though, so this should be an easy pick for option 12. Yeah, they will get the Baron, so a nice catch onto J-Dog there leads to it. Oh! Gregosaurus goes down, though, and now actually after 12, they have to be careful that they don't get cleaned up here. They are being cleaned up, but great job by Pony Ball kiting in the back. Shugo Tenchi is going for the support instead of Pony Ball. Not sure about that decision making, and option 12 will come out far the better.
Yeah, that was interesting decision making there right at the very end. Obviously, Lux is a threat as well, but when it's the ADC, you kind of want an ADC versus ADC in those situations.
I don't think he would have won the fight anyways. Oh my gosh, that arrow cooldown is super low. I guess he does have the Essence Reaver, but yeah, J-Dog's going to drop again. So we saw the good J-Dog earlier. We're starting to see the bad J-Dog here, where he had such a great lead. Very, very good laning phase, but now he's walked up and he's spent about 70% of the last 2 minutes of the game dead.
Yeah, still significantly higher up than Eternal, but at the same time, if you're dead, that doesn't help.
Yeah, option 12 there, they got the pick on J-Dog, and then even if Ace and Sigtao Lord had managed to get the kill onto Eternal in response, oh, Prowler misses the flash ult.
Yeah.
Can't tell if this is going to continue. Looks like nah. Oh my gosh, another arrow. These arrows are coming out like it's Orlando Bloom firing them off. Option 12 just raging down the mid lane. They do still have a couple of Baron buffs available.
Yeah, Ace once again also being a little too far forward there. He should not have gotten as close as he did.
Teleport to the bot lane by Eternal. They catch on J-Dog again. He's going to drop again, and Pointy Ball is just on fire right now.
Well, the issue is that despite... they don't really have... only Warwick is really the durable one on this team. Mordekaiser... can't see his hit points right now, but Mordekaiser is getting chunked down so quickly. And Sig is not... You don't necessarily play Warwick as the front line, hey, punch me in the face character. So they don't really have someone who can directly challenge Ashe one-on-one.
Yeah, it's a situation... Oh, they're going right back in onto Ace again. Yeah, it's looking like this might just be game at this point. Blitzkrieg seems determined to keep going in 2 at a time and getting killed. Yeah, option 12 was about to wrap this up. Wow, we had a close game for a while, and then it became not close very quickly. J-Dog gonna take Eternal into the Death Realm with him, but can't even kill his lane opponent anymore. Gets charmed one more time. Sigtao Eternal might drop to the tower. No, he even gets away. Tenchi able to flash back to his fountain, but that's about all you can do. Well played by option 12 from mid-game on there for sure.
Yeah. I'm wondering, and we could obviously talk about this as we're heading into game 2, but I'm kind of wondering where the line was, right? When did the game change from Blitzkrieg was coming back into it to option 12 just taking the reins?
I think it was that fight around blue buff where Ace got caught by an arrow, and then Prowler immediately followed up with ult, because that was what, yeah, to me, if Ace was dead in those fights, it was over because they just didn't have damage because Shugo Tenshi had been put so far behind.
Yeah, Pointy doing a great job with that ward score as well. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break and then head into game 2. It will be Blitzkrieg trying to take one over on option 12, and option 12 trying to 2-0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.